Hi everyone, welcome back to KG Graves. We're at Somerscenter Cemetery in Connecticut in the USA, and this is a very special one for me as I'm a great fan of this person. It's the singer Pitney, who had hits with 24 Hours from Tulsa, Backstage, to name a few. I'm going to give you more information about Gene shortly. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.
To me, while I was driving home, and I'm not the same anymore. Oh, I was only 24 hours from Tulsa, only one day away from your arms.
This is number 61, Gene Pitney, at Somerscenter Cemetery in Somers, Connecticut, USA. Gene Francis Allen Pitney was born on the 17th of February 1940 in Hartford, Connecticut. He was an American singer-songwriter and musician, the third of 5 children born to Harold and Anna Orlowski. His early influences were Clyde McPhatter and doo-wop groups. He attended Rockville High School, where he formed his first band, Gene and the Genials. His first recordings were made in 1958 with a Connecticut singing group called the Embers. In early 1959, he released 2 records on the Decca label, Snuggle Up Baby and Classical Rock and Roll, as part of a duo called Jamie and Jane with Ginny Arnell. Later that year, he had his first solo release, Cradle of My Arms, under the name Billy Bryan, on the Blaze record label. His first release under his real name was in 1960 on the festival label called I'll Find You. In 1961, Gene had his first chart single in the US and the UK, I Wanna Love My Life Away, making the top 40 in the charts. He also wrote the song and played several instruments and multi-tracking the vocals. He followed this up with Town Without Pity from the 1961 film of the same title. The song won a Golden Globe Award and was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Song, but lost out to Moon River. Gene performed the song at the Oscars ceremony on the 9th of April 1962. He is also remembered for the Burt Bacharach Hal David song, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Though it shares a title with the John Wayne Western, the song was not used in the film because of a publishing dispute. Gene also wrote for other artists, including Today's Teardrops for Roy Orbison, Rubberball for Bobby Vee, Hello Mary Lou for Ricky Nelson, and He's a Rebel for the Crystals. He's a Rebel kept Gene's own number 2 hit, Only Love Can Break a Heart, his highest charting single in the US, from the top spot on the 3rd of November 1962, the only time a writer shut himself out of the number 1 position. He followed up in December with Half Heaven, Half Heartache, which reached number 12 on the Billboard chart. Gene's breakthrough song in the UK was 24 Hours from Tulsa, a Bacharach and David song which peaked at number 5 in Britain in 1963. It was also a hit in the US, peaking at number 17 on the Hot 100. The Mick Jagger Keith Richards song, That Girl Belongs to Yesterday, was a number 7 UK hit for him in 1964. It was the first tune composed by the duo to become a top 10 hit in the UK. In the US, the single stalled at number 49, ending a run of 7 top 40 singles for Gene as a performer. Other hits in the 60s, including the singles It Hurts to Be in Love and I'm Gonna Be Strong, which reached number 7 and number 9 respectively in the US, and 1966 Nobody Needs Your Love, which peaked at number 2 in the UK, matching the number 2 UK peak of I'm Gonna Be Strong. It Hurts to Be in Love had been planned for and recorded by Neil Sedaka, but RCA refused to release it because he had recorded the song outside of RCA Victor's record label in violation of his contract. Gene's career in the US took a downward turn after mid-1966 when Backstage ended another run of top 40 hits. He returned one last time to the top 40 with She's a Heartbreaker in 1968 and placed several singles in the lower reaches of the Hot 100 after that, but by 1970 was no longer a hit maker in the US. Gene maintained a successful career in Britain and the rest of Europe into the 1970s, appearing regularly on the UK charts as late as 1974. UK pianist Maurice Merry was his musical director from the 1970s onwards. In the early 1970s, Gene decided to spend only 6 months each year on the road to spend more time with his family. His last hit on the UK charts came in 1989, after an absence of 15 years, when he and soft soul singer Mark Armand recorded a duet version of Something's Got a Hold of My Heart. The song had been a UK number 5 for Gene in 1967. The duet brought him his first UK number 1 in January 1989. The single remained at the top for 4 weeks and went to number 1 in Germany, Finland, Switzerland and Ireland. In total, Gene had 21 solo singles in the UK charts between 1961 and 1974, and the number 1 duet with Mark Armand, as previously mentioned, in 1989. On the 18th of March 2002, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by singer Darlene Love. In his personal life, he married his childhood sweetheart, Lynn Gayton, in 1967, and the couple had 3 sons, Todd, Christopher and David. Gene was touring the UK in the spring of 2006 when his manager found him dead in his hotel room following a concert in Cardiff, Wales on the 5th of April. He was 66 years of age. An autopsy found the cause of death to be a heart attack and that he had several occluded coronary arteries. His final show at Cardiff's St David's Hall had earned him a standing ovation. He ended with his song, Town Without Pity. On the 20th of September 2007, a plaque was unveiled at the town hall in his hometown of Rockville, Connecticut. Members of the family attended. Governor Jody Rell also declared this date as Gene Pitney Day in the state of Connecticut. From my point of view, Gene Pitney is in my top 3 male singers of all time, and I often listen to his songs, sing along and get quite emotional. His songs and lyrics are just amazing, and he had a unique voice too. I have so many favourite songs of his, but Backstage is the standout track for me. Let's see where his grave is located.
So there you have it, the grave of singer Gene Pitney, one of my favourites and my mum's too. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.